Good morning, everyone. This is Jeff Crumpler, JC Stacker. And okay, I want to talk about this thing one more time briefly because I didn't want to have to talk about this the first time with everyone. And I guess maybe part of me feels like I had been hiding things from people because of not talking about it, but it's something that I've had to deal with for the last 2 years, and maybe it's good to try to share it. Maybe I feel like I'm not hiding what's going on with me right now, period. But I want to make it very clear that, for one, we do not know if it's cancer, and I'm not even going to claim that in God's name because I don't know how to even go to that next step. They want to do a biopsy and have for quite a while now. And like I said, after knowing Miss Jamie Biggs and seeing what she went through with the biopsy, with the brain surgery, I don't know that I will let them, although talking more with my family and others, they may have me semi talked into it. I don't know. It's a lot to take in. And I do appreciate all the prayers, but I do know that somehow it got back to Miss OG. I had seen that in a video last night, and I don't want people feeling bad about cancer when we don't know that's what it is. What we know now is that it's a tumor, that it is growing, that it's causing problems with my optical nerves and with my hands. But I don't want anybody putting me in the bracket of people with cancer when we don't know that that's what it is. I don't want anyone to be misled by that talk. That talk was to clearly explain part of what's going on with me, y'all. I don't like talking about this, but I don't want anybody to misunderstand it. And I do appreciate OG and them for the prayers. And I know a lot of people already assume, including my mom, that it is a type of cancer that apparently is hereditary in my family. And I didn't even know that till now because I'm not close to my mom. So I didn't really know what the situation was with her tumor when she was younger. At about 22, she'd had a brain tumor and had to have surgery and lost part of the use of her left side. See, now that y'all know that, you might know a little bit more about why I'm afraid to have the surgery. It's things like that. I don't want to not be able to use part of my body, even though right now it's becoming hard to use parts of my body. I don't want to lose my memory. It's just a lot. But I do appreciate the prayers, but I just don't want anybody to misunderstand or to think that I know this, that people with cancer are going through a lot. And I know that I pray I don't even have to go through all that yet. I know that the radiation that they gave me was enough to have killed me. So I don't know if you want to say scared or just apprehensive about doing anything else right now. So right now I'm just gonna live one day at a time. And I appreciate the prayers. But there are definitely people out there that need them worse than me. So I hope that y'all remember to keep them in your prayers. That's one of the reasons I haven't brought it up. I don't want anybody to even think about this thing with me. I just don't want it to be a thing. I wish to God I could make it just go away. But for right now, it's something that's keeping me from doing what I love doing and keeping me from being up here with y'all as much as I could. So we're going to try to pull off this coin roll hunt in about an hour, and we're going to figure this out. Oh, it's okay. Hey, I understand that, little Debbie. We have to do that on Whatnot. Whenever the mods are talking to me, they put in boobs, it blocks it out. But I do apologize if there was any misunderstanding in me talking about this the other day. Miss Jamie Biggs definitely has brain cancer. This guy definitely has a tumor that's getting bigger. They won't let them do a biopsy to make sure it's for sure cancer. All we know is my O count is high, and it stayed high after they removed the cancerous tumor from my liver and gallbladder like a year and a half, 2 years ago. And we thought maybe then that was the O count that was high in my blood. So now they're blaming this thing in my head, thinking it might be the O count that's high. But they won't know because I won't let them drill into my noggin. Period. At least not right now. Even though I'm thinking about it more. Period. I just don't know. So, a lot to think about and a lot to pray about. Good morning, Kevin. How are you doing? Good morning, everybody that come in. I'm so sorry. I'm not even paying attention to the chat because, yeah. I know. Lay low, I know. It's Jennifer, the more I can't see and the more I get like this right here, like normally I could be up on a screen or looking at the phone or whatever for hours before I was this blurry eyed. I'm already this blurry eyed and ain't been on here with you all for 8 minutes. So, yeah, it's a problem for me when it comes to streaming, and it makes me feel like I just can't get nothing done. Many professionals will do this. Ah, little Debbie, I know. I don't know how to explain it besides I've seen both sides of the biopsies and the surgery, and where it's positioned at, they're gonna have to drill in that deal. You know what I mean? So it freaks me out. I'll be honest. That's it. Freaked out. And I wouldn't even be talking about it if I wasn't so freaked out about it. And I do apologize to Miss Ella. Like I said the other day, whenever I did get short with her in my stream, I didn't, yeah, I catch parts of conversations. So, yeah, it does. When I feel like someone's coming at me in my chat room, it does make me lash out at them. And she got the end of a wrong lashing the other day, and I apologize. I don't know that I'll ever be able to apologize right to Miss Ella because she just, yeah, is going to take it to the next level every time, and I do apologize. Because I shouldn't have been short with her when she was just stating a fact, and that is that if I can't see right, I probably don't need to be up there. And I think that's kind of when it sunk in that I needed to talk to people about what was going on because I can't keep up with the chat right sometimes, y'all, and I miss things. and it makes it hard because I want to do a good job for y'all. Still haven't went to the doctor. See, there you go, Jennifer. I'm the same way, y'all. I don't like going because every time I go in there, they tell me something else that is not great. You know what I mean? I'm tired of hearing bad news. I'd rather just not hear anything for a while. But you can believe this, after my mama found out about this nonsense, she is definitely not letting it just sit still. Poor lady in stage 4 cancer talking about, I will drag you to Missouri to go to treatment here if you don't start down there. So definitely, if nothing else, I guess it's prompted me to be able to talk to the family more. Hey, little Debbie. Y'all's, I'm pointing my finger. What are you pointing your finger at, the clock? Oh, thank you, Crip. And I will. And there's different things, and that's why one of the things they tried was just going ahead and giving me a smaller dose of radiation in a pill form. But the thing was, even when I tried to take those, I was terribly sick. And see, they gave me those to take even when I went to Florida. And Miss Ella stayed on my head about taking my meds. Then she watched me when some days I was terribly sick. I don't know that any of y'all want to know what it feels like not to be able to hold your bowels or not be able to hold anything in your stomach or be eating and losing weight anyways. And poor Miss Ella, she had to see that. Couldn't understand sometimes, I'm sure, just why it was that as good as she cooks and as well as I love that salmon, I just couldn't gain any weight. Couldn't keep any weight on. Couldn't keep from being tired half the time because them stupid things take it out of you. So I stopped taking them because, well, I just want to be back to normal. I like getting up and being able to go do things. And I hate it like hell that she's got to enjoy the me with a tumor instead of the me before this junk because it affects so much of my everything. And I just try to keep going. But I've kind of hit a wall where it's like I gotta really make some decisions. So that's the only reason that I even was talking about it with you all. Because I felt like you guys deserved an explanation on why I'm not going live as much, on why I haven't been able to go live as much, and about why I just can't perform the way I could. So I do appreciate the prayers, but please don't put me in the cancer realm because I don't want to be there, for one. And for two, I won't let them biopsy to make sure that it's cancer. So I don't want to mislead anybody or anyone to misunderstand and think that it is cancer when we don't know that's what it is. And I am a Christian that believes in not claiming things. So I'm not going to claim this as cancer. I'm going to say that just like the doctor in 2013 that told me I'd never walk again, I believe that God's got this in his hands. And I know he does. So whatever it's going to be, it's going to be. But I do appreciate the prayers. And I hope y'all understand that I just don't want to think about this thing. I don't want to talk about it. I want YouTube to be my place it's been for the last few years where I could come and not think about it. All right, y'all. So I appreciate you, and if y'all could let OG know in different ones that it is just a tumor right now. It's just my little buddy that's been growing just enough to really mess up my eyesight nonsense. Ugh. If anything, I wish it was in someplace else so it wasn't messing around with my optic nerves. I appreciate y'all. I just want to make sure that I get that straightened out because I love y'all and I appreciate the prayers. And I don't want anybody to be misled and tag a name to it that I don't want to have on it. You know what I mean? So, what we're going to do is just go on from here. And thank y'all for the prayers. I appreciate y'all. Time to kick that little bastard. No freeloaders, right? He's been a freeloader that's really, yeah, got to where it's really bothering me. And button. I done hit the wrong button, y'all. All right. I gotta get set up for this coin roll hunt. In about an hour, I'll see y'all. We're gonna look at some coins. We're not gonna talk about this crap. I appreciate y'all, and I do appreciate the prayers more than you know. But I know there's people out there that are in a lot worse shape than me. I'm up walking around, y'all. I'm gonna be okay. Eventually, I'm gonna get this thing whooped. But I just wanted to explain why right now I'm not good. And I'm trying really hard. And believe me, I want to be up here selling with y'all every damned hour. I could be. I got so much stuff going on, and this should be such a happy time in my life. I finally got myself in a brick and mortar building, and at the same time, all this crap is really happening. Just a little much. But it's nothing that I'm gonna get through. Promise you that. Meanwhile, I appreciate y'all. And I do appreciate the prayers. And please do remember Steve O and different ones like that in prayer because, I do believe there's those of you out there that are going through a lot more. So I don't want anybody to be concentrating on me. Let's concentrate on them. That's why I do that. Hey, Dove. So everybody should have tracking numbers except for a handful that asked to hold their wallets. So that's good. I got all caught up on that in the last couple of days to where everything's done. The last Whatnot show is in its package waiting to be wrapped up and sent out to individuals. Other than that, everything's out except for maybe 5 wallets that has to be held. So I hope to see y'all over at the coin roll hunt. Meanwhile, let's not say this C word no more. I don't even like that deal. So we're not going to say that's what this is. We're going to say that's not what this is. And that one of these other ways they have of dissolving it will work other than me having to have them drill in my head. Meanwhile, let's just hope the next way I try don't knock 50 pounds off me, because I'm not sure I can afford that right now. Sheesh. Zoltan, you don't need to do all that. Hey, by the way, y'all, if anybody sees Scott S. out there, please have him send me an email or a text message. He has my phone number. I believe I might have sent Scott S. Part of Scott Kishner's package. So, Scott, please give me a holler. You're the only other Scott I got, and I had it marked and laying there, but I think you might have ended up with a dollar face constitutional on accident that was supposed to go on to another gentleman. But that's okay. If you didn't get it, I'll send him another dollar face, and he'll be happy with that. Meanwhile, y'all, celebrate the value of them precious metals today. And I encourage y'all to be paying attention to that BRICS summit that's coming up, because this could be a real game changer for the US dollar. And that means a bigger game changer for our precious metals. But I know you'll love it. Oh, I appreciate you, Zoltan. I appreciate you all, and I appreciate the prayers. Remember this: keep your heads up, your feet down, keep reaching for those stars. And remember this: God loves each and every one of y'all. And I'm sorry I'm not real good at talking about things, and I really don't want to talk about this. I just want to forget about it and go on with life. But right now it's became something I can't forget about. So I appreciate the prayers, but I just, yeah. Huh. And for God's sake, let's not call it cancer when we don't know that's what it is. And maybe that's what it is that I won't let them do the biopsy. I just don't want to know. I just want it to go away, but it ain't. It's something that's going to have to be dealt with. So we'll figure out what that looks like. Meanwhile, I'm a long haired guy. I don't want to have to cut my hair off for these people to drill a hole in my head. Does that sound silly? That's one of my things too. I'm like, really? I don't want to have to cut my hair off for this deal. Yeesh. Even if it's just a patch of it, how am I going to look with a patch of hair out of my hair? I don't know. I know that sounds stupid, but maybe that's just one of them little ignorant things that keeps me from wanting to do it. I'm just like, I don't know, y'all. I just know that I need to pray about it, and I've been praying about it, and God will help me to figure out that decision when it has to be made. Meanwhile, I appreciate all y'all's prayers, and yeah, Miss OG, I appreciate your prayers so much, ma'am. And I know I snivel and wivel during that first video so much that I can understand talking about Miss Jamie's brain cancer, that some people might have automatically assumed that what I have is cancer, but we don't know yet that that's what it is. We know that that's what it looks like. We know that my O count is high, and we know that Jeff won't let them do a biopsy to find out for sure. Because in my mind, I'm thinking if you're going to drill a hole in my brain to take out part of it, then why wouldn't I just go ahead and agree to have it all took out? I don't know. Like I said, just a lot to think about. And this guy that ain't scared of anything finally found something that he just don't know what to think of. I'll put it that way. That's what this is. Something that I don't know what to think of. I'm not scared of it, but I don't know how to fight it. Ain't decided yet which direction to go. So maybe that's my fear in all of this. That and the fact that, yeah, don't want to wake up one day and not remember all y'all, or not remember my kids or my family or my life. Well, Miss Jennifer, I've been fighting it pretty good for the last 2 years and something, and it's not grew a whole bunch. I'd go in for CT scans every once in a while, and I blew that off for a whole 9 months. I guess I thought that being around Ella would be like magic for me, and it would just make me better, or maybe that all this would just go away, but it hasn't. All right, y'all, let's get ready for a coin roll hunt. We're gonna get this thing going, and I will see you all in less than an hour. Remember to keep your heads up, your feet down, keep reaching for them stars, keep stacking that silver. Bye.